First Phungoria, then the whole world. Wait a minute. I'm the good guy. Going down? Hi, Arver.
Hi, Gilbert.
What's that you're wearing?
It's a filter the doctor gave me to help keep away the germs. It's very fine.
How you doing?
Not so well. I'm waiting for Dr. Fraud to start his miracle medicine show. Maybe he'll give out some samples of his medicine. I sure wish I could afford to buy a bottle. But I spent all my money on cornflakes.
Those must have been expensive cornflakes.
I went through 15 boxes of them.
Bye, Arver.
So long, Gilbert.
Extra, extra! Read all about it!
What's the news?
The king granted a temporary stay of execution to your grandfather, Abraham Goodmate.
What a wise and sensible king we have.
I suppose. The fashion editor wrote a scathing review on page 5. She thinks the king is really starting to show his age.
Okay, I've got to go now.
Bye, Gilbert!
Hey there.
Go away, boy. Can't you see I'm busy?
You don't look very busy to me.
I'm celebrating the anniversary of my fearsome bee ceremony. Fergus, tell this boy to leave me alone.
Young Gilbert?
Yeah, okay. What a cranky Viking.
You want cranky? Come here and I'll wipe up the bar with you, you beardless runt.
Now, Arnbjorn.
Hi, Fergus.
Ho, young Gilbert.
I'd like a beer, please.
Gilbert, you know you can't have a beer. You're still too young.
Okay, then I'll have the usual.
Sorry, Gilbert. I'm all out of milk today.
How's business?
It's been good, especially with the Vikings stopping by here on their trading trips. They must like the brew here, eh, Arnbjorn?
And the women, too. You should send that young Sarah back out here, Fergus. She'll get lonely hiding in your stockroom so much.
Can you blame her for being afraid of you?
I am a fierce and fearsome man.
Have you heard about the mushroom being stolen?
Yes, but I'm sorry to say I didn't see anything. It already happened by the time I opened the bar this morning.
It's not surprising. This is a city full of thieves. And you, Fergus, with these prices, you're the worst thief of them all.
What was all that whistling about before I came inside?
Arnbjorn here's quite taken with Sarah, my new waitress. She's quite an attractive young lady.
She's the sexiest fair-haired woman on this whole flat world.
Where is she?
He hides her from us. Fergus, you dog. A woman like that is too good for this place. She should be up north, watching the sea, waiting for my return. Ready to sacrifice some blota and have lots of babies.
Yes, well, she's a shy girl, Arnbjorn, and you're a loud, boisterous man.
I'm a Viking.
I thought Viking women were all large, hairy things with masculine arms and really bad teeth.
Fergus, if you don't get this runt to shut up, I'm going to skin him for a new pair of pants.
Young Gilbert.
Isn't it hard for Sarah to wait on tables if she's hiding in the stockroom?
Yes, but there isn't really much need for that today. The only other customer besides Arnbjorn here is his friend Snorri over there.
Snorri the Weak. 20 years past his 20th year and still he hasn't slain a fearsome beast. And always, I'm the one who has to take him to find a fearsome beast. And always, I'm the one who has to bring him home, a coward again. I wish I'd never been born on the same day as that coward Snorri.
Bye, Fergus.
Take care, young Gilbert.
You failed the fearsome beast hunt 4 times in a row?
Well, I did manage to hunt one ferocious beast, but none of the other Vikings believes me. I wear that animal's hide on my feet every day, but they still won't let me be a real Viking. It's just not fair.
Those boots are made from a ferocious beast?
Yes, I made them from the hide of an incredibly ferocious cow. You should have seen its big, brown, evil bovine eyes. And its moo could send a terrible chill up any man's spine.
So how did you slay such a fearsome creature?
Well, it died of natural causes. It was quite an old cow, but truly dangerous despite its age.
Are you a Viking?
Yes, well, almost.
What do you mean, almost? Either you're a Viking or you're not.
Well, of course I'm a Viking by blood. But there are Vikings and there are real Vikings. Real Vikings get to go raiding on the wonderful longboats, but I've never been able to go.
Why not?
I'm always left behind to work on the farms or hunt for food. You're not a real Viking until you're wearing the hide of a fearsome beast.
Like a bear?
Yes. In our village, when a Viking turns 20, he goes on a special fearsome beast hunt. If he fails in the hunt, he can't join the raiding parties for 5 years. And you can only go on a fearsome beast hunt once every 5 years.
Is there any other way to become a real Viking?
Well, you can wear the hide of a fearsome beast that someone else hunted, if you can take it from them in a fair fight. But all the other men in my village are much bigger and stronger than I am.
Isn't there any other way?
The only other way is to find the hide of a fearsome beast that was worn by one of the heroes or gods.
Shouldn't you be out looking for a fearsome beast?
It's no use. I've been looking for fearsome beasts all week and haven't been able to find a single one. I should have stayed up north to hunt, but it's so cold, and I'd have to walk through all that snow. No, Arnbjorn and I are going back as soon as we deliver some maps to our secret hideout in the woods. He would send me back on my own, but I'm the one who has the key to the hideout.
You have a secret hideout in the woods?
Yes, to the south. It's where we hide our treasure.
Why don't you keep your treasure in the village?
We keep some of our treasure there, but it's better not to keep it all in one place.
If the hideout is a secret, why are you telling me this?
Well, you mustn't tell anyone, but it's very safe. It's guarded 24 hours a day by a fierce Viking named Eric the Brave.
How did you get a key to the hideout?
I won the key from Arnbjorn yesterday in a game of Hefnataffel.
What's that?
It's a board game similar to the one you Southerners call chess. It's one of the only things I'm good at. I've had lots of time to play it while the real Vikings were busy with their raids.
Why are you sitting here all by yourself?
I've come south with Arnbjorn over there to hunt a fearsome beast, but I haven't been able to find a fearsome beast anywhere.
So why aren't you at the bar with Arnbjorn?
Arnbjorn wants nothing to do with me today. He's upset that he had to come with me to hunt a fearsome beast. He thinks I'm weak because I've never managed to hunt a fearsome beast.
Where are you from?
From Nesbor, the Viking village to the north, where it's so cold even the women grow beards.
So you're saying it's colder up north?
It's so cold, even the polar bears wear long underwear.
Tell me about the Viking village.
It's a small community where we've lived peacefully ever since the war ended. But most of the time we travel around trading things. Or at least the other real Vikings get to do so.
What do you do when you're not trading?
Well, we have our yearly slave market festival, which this year features the famous Bjarne Longshot, author of the book How to Avoid Being Hit by Balsa Wood Cannonballs. We also have our stage where various acts perform live at night. Last week, we had Luther van der Handkerchief performing his 5th composition in D minor. Arnbjorn cried like a baby.
He cried? I thought Vikings never cried.
Well, he got a violent stroke in his left eye. Too bad. Van der Handkerchief was a really good composer. May he rest in peace.
What do you do for fun in the village?
Oh, lots. We have sports and games like archery and skiing. We have swimming and longboat races. We also entertain guests from other lands. We just built a new tourist information center where you can get information about our history and can go on a guided tour of the village. For instance, you can visit the birthplace of Harg the Merciless, greatest of all the Viking explorers.
Tell me more about your slave market festival.
Every year we have a festival where we sell slaves to buyers from all over the world. It's a lot of fun. I guess it's something like your mushroom festival.
But you can't sell people. That's barbaric.
Here, you might think it's barbaric, but we have different laws and beliefs. We also celebrate our gods with feasts and make sacrifices so the next year will bring good luck.
Well, bye.
Goodbye.
I wonder if that's a lager or an ale. That waitress Sarah must have used this napkin to blot her lips. Hey, Mr. Davenport.
Young Gilbert, isn't it?
Why do you always sound so grumpy?
Business is a serious business, Gilbert. When you're responsible for as many people and as much money as I am, well, it's no laughing matter.
What kind of boats do you have?
You name it, I got it. I got a ship to suit any need. You need a square-rigged merchantman or a fast English frigate? I got 'em. Need a fore and aft job like a bark, pinnace, or sloop? I've got those too. I've got schooners and yachts, fishing trawlers, pilot boats, rowboats, life rafts. I've even got an old dugout canoe.
Have you heard anything about the mushroom theft?
No, but it's a shame. Losing that mushroom is bad for business. If we can't take care of a simple mushroom, how can we take care of our ships? Things like that can force you to cut profits. Abraham is a good man, but it would be better for business if the king hadn't let this drag on another week.
My grandfather's life is more important than money.
To you, maybe. But everything has a price, Gilbert. Whether you like it or not.
Who did you talk to yesterday morning?
Lots of people. I had a nice chat with the waitress here. What's her name? Tara? No, it's Sarah. Quite a good-looking girl, that Sarah. I wish she'd come work for me. Be good for business.
Did anyone talk to you about renting a boat?
Yesterday morning, a few people. John Morley wanted to take his wife out for an anniversary cruise, and Pickard sold one of his fishing boats now that his son got that job at the warehouse. And the sheriff wanted to rent a boat.
The sheriff?
Yep. He wanted a fast gunship that he could sail without a crew. I couldn't get it for him until late last night. He was mighty sore about that. Said he needed to chase the mushroom thief. But he wouldn't take an unarmed rig.
Where did the sheriff say he was going?
He didn't. And I don't think he was in the mood to tell me either.
How much does it cost to rent a boat?
More than you have, I'll tell you that.
Can you give me some advice on business?
Good for you, Gilbert. To be successful, a man has to learn from successful men. Well, I'll tell you. Business is a lot like a game of cards. You gotta know when to hold 'em, and know when to fold 'em. Know when to walk away, and know when to run.
Do you play cards a lot?
Yep. I'm the chairman of the local poker club. Me and the boys get together to play about once or twice a week. Been doing so for years.
Do you always win?
Ha, not always. Nowhere near often enough, if you ask me. I think some of the boys are cheating.
Why do you think they're cheating?
Because they win too much. Oh, sure, they could just be lucky, but it isn't normal for luck to last that long. We're talking years here, Gilbert.
Why don't you do something about it?
I'd like to, but this isn't something you can accuse someone of easily. Men have lost their lives for being wrong about that sort of thing. And these men are some of my suppliers, Gilbert. I need to maintain a profitable business relationship with them, even if they are cheaters. If I only had some way of knowing what they were up to ahead of time. You know, I almost bought a crystal ball once. There was a shop in town that used to sell them, but it closed down, disappeared. Yep, if I had a crystal ball, I could see whether the boys are cheating, and make them pay me back what I've lost.
Wouldn't a crystal ball help you cheat, too?
I'd prefer to think of that as counter-cheating.
Why don't you go see the fortune teller?
She and I had a, well, let's just say we used to be on more than friendly terms. I'm afraid it ended on a sour note. She would never help me with this. We haven't even spoken in years.
Have you tried cookie crumbs?
Excuse me?
You know, eat a cookie, read the future in the crumbs.
I've never heard of that.
I do it all the time.
Really?
I could show you, but it takes a lot of practice, and you have to have an eye for crumbs.
I think I'll stick with a crystal ball.
What kind of guarantee do your boats have?
They have an industry standard guarantee. If you find anything at all unsatisfactory, just return the vessel to me. And I refund 25% of the cost. Minus a restocking charge, of course.
Do you charge reduced rates for leaky boats?
I do not have any leaky boats.
Do you charge reduced rates for torn sails?
All my sails are fully mended.
Do you charge reduced rates for broken oars?
I wouldn't send a ship out with broken oars.
Do you charge reduced rates for drunken sailors?
None of the men are allowed to sail if they're too drunk to tie a knot. They might be too drunk to stand, but that's never stopped a good sailor before.
Do you charge reduced rates for crooked masts?
My ships have no crooked masts.
Do you charge reduced rates for twisted rudders?
Would I be in business long if I sent out ships with twisted rudders?
Do you charge reduced rates for uneven keels?
My boats are kept in top condition. There isn't a warp plank in the lot of them.
Do you charge reduced rates for rusty cannon?
My gunsmiths make sure that the amount of rust meets industry standards.
Do you charge reduced rates for short anchor chains?
All my ship's anchor chains are of regulation length.
I need a boat,
I can't spare any.
but I really need one.
Well, tell you what. If you get me a crystal ball, I'll see what I can do.
When will you give me a boat again?
When you bring me a crystal ball.
Bye, Mr. Davenport.
Goodbye, Gilbert.